We're live. Hi, everybody. It's Tuesday afternoon at 5:30, and we're going to do a special Pilates session today for all of you. This is a kind of more kid-focused or beginner-focused session, so hopefully get some of the younger people moving as well as the parents. Eli was here yesterday doing it behind the scenes, behind the chair, and I kind of watched what he was being good at, what he was really struggling with. We had a little chat afterwards, and I've got some ideas of what can work for kids from the age of, I would say this is probably appropriate from, 10 and up is ideal, but even, your 6 to 8 to 10-year-olds should be able to do as much as you can. The thing is with kids is just kind of do what you can, but when you start to completely lose interest, best not to force it. Feel free to let them walk away or do their own thing. It's also going to be good for parents as well. It's always good to kind of dial things back and slow things down a little bit. So I'm sure a lot of the parents will get some use out of this as well. Now, I also have a 15-year-old who has just made me promise not to do anything cringy like shoot Spider-Man webs or shoot for stars. So I've made that vow. So we're going to pitch it to kids, but there is no Spider-Man here, sadly. Just Brooke, but Brooke can be fun too. And we're going to do lots of rolling like a ball, which is always good. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start standing up. So what I will say, if anything doesn't feel right for your body, don't force it. Also, we're not going to use any equipment today, so don't feel like you need any weights or resistance bands or anything. Later on, when I do a few more kids sessions, I may throw in things like the little bouncy ball, but I'm going to assume nobody has those in the house just for the moment. I'm not giving you much heads up. So we're going to start standing up. Have a look at your feet. Look at toes and heels should be in a line, so feet like train tracks. Just kind of rock forward and back from the balls of the feet to your heels. Forward and back. And then just hold somewhere in the middle. Zip the belly button in. So the idea of zipping up. So imagine you've pulled on a wetsuit and you're just trying to pull it all the way up, just drawing in all of your muscles, your ribs towards your hips, your belly button pulled in tight. Keep your shoulders down away from the ears. Now breathe in, reach your arms up. Now you won't be able to see my hands, but that's okay. You know they're up there. Breathe out, come up onto your toes. Just finding your balance, staying nice and tall. Lower the heels down, reach your arms out to the side. I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. Drop your chin to your chest. And imagine your spine is like rolling up like a carpet. Just really roll down right over those legs, just folding into two. Now sway left and right. If you can touch the mat, try to just sweep your fingertips across left and right. If you don't quite touch, just let your hands hang and just kind of sway side to side. So the goal is to loosen up your lower back and your hips. Come back to the center. I'm going to bend your knees and get your hands on the mat. Now try to keep your hands on the mat as you straighten your legs out. So it's really like trying to touch your toes. Bend your knees, drop your chest down, drop your hips down so it's like you're in a low squat. Then keep your hands on the mat or close to your feet as you straighten the legs out. And do that one more time, bending the knees, getting hips really low, like you're sitting into a low chair, folding over your legs, and then exhale, straighten the legs up. Now we're going to bend the knees and we're going to walk our hands forward. Keep the legs where they are. Lift your head. So we're in a nice high plank here, shoulders down the back. Now we're going to drop your right knee to your left elbow and then change sides, left knee to right elbow. Switch side to side. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, little bounce, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. One more set. 8, 7, 6, 5. Think knee to opposite elbow. 3, 2, and 1. Back into your plank. Lift your hips up. Hold your stretch. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend the knees. Round your spine. And slowly roll yourself back to standing. So imagine your spine like building blocks, just stepping one on top of the other, shoulders on top of ribs, head on top of shoulders. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, come into your balance. Again, hold nice and high on those toes. We're going to turn slightly to the left. So imagine you're like on top of a little music box. Back to the front. Twist to the right. Hips stay facing forward. Turning those shoulders. Inhale, back to the front. One more time, turning to the left, exhale. Inhale, try to keep the heels as high as you can. Last one, twist to the right. and center. Reach your arms out to your side, drop your heels down, and lace your fingers together behind your back. Now we're going to hinge forward. Keep your back straight, let the arms drop out, and then just hang over your legs. Nod your head a few times, let the arms bounce away from the body, and then take your hands down to the mat. If you don't touch, don't worry about it. Just get the hands as low as you can. Now I want you to bend your right knee. Lift that right heel a little bit. Switch it. Left knee bends. Lift the left heel. Right leg stays straight. One more time. Right knee bends. Left leg straight. And switch. Left knee bends. Right leg straight. Go one more time each way. Right knee bends. Left knee bends. Then bend both knees. Heels down. And again, walk your hands forward. Breathing out as you come forward. Lift your head. Relax your shoulders. Now we're going to jump your feet forward and then jump them back. Jump forward, knees are together, jump back. Aim for 4 more. Forward and back and 3 and back. Last 2 and back. 1 more. Back and hold. Now we need to lower your knees to back onto your heels and to stretch there. Move that all out of the way because we're not going to use that. Rest your head. All right, so now we're going to come back into our plank. So knees up, toes tucked under, and we're just going to lift into our downward dog. So hip bones up to the ceiling, straight back, and then hinge forward into your plank. And again, hips high, imagine a string connected to the tailbone. That's the last bone of your spine, the lowest bone, and then come down again into a plank. 2 more. String to that tailbone, lifting high up to the ceiling. Inhale, lower. 1 more. Hips nice and high. And then drop it back down. Good. Now with the next one, we're going to lift the hips, but walk your hands back. And then bend your knees, round your spine, and roll yourself all the way up to standing. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathe out, come up onto your toes once again. Hold in there. Drawing the belly button in, zipping everything in tight. Reach the arms out to the side. Drop your heels, drop your chin. And one last time, coming down over those legs, walking the hands forward, breathing out. Good. Now we're going to drop your knees, lift your toes, and then bend your elbows. And extend. So it's like a push-up, but on your knees. Inhale, exhale. Aim for 4. And 3, last 2, and 1. And then come all the way back. Stretch your hips, rest your head. Good. Okay, we're going to spin ourselves around so you're on your back. Lift your knees up, and we keep our knees in what we call tabletop position. So imagine your shins, that right here is like your tabletop. We want to keep that part of your body level to the floor. Like you could have a plate of food up there and it's not going to spill. Draw your belly button in, lift your pelvic floor. We're going to lift your head, lift your shoulders, stretch your arms out in front of you, and then pump your arms. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, breathe in. So your arms are like paddles. They're like pumping an engine. You're really flowing your breath. Inhale, big breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in for 4 beats. Breathe out for 4. Palms down as you inhale. Palms up as you exhale. 2 more breaths. Breathing in. 2. Now try to keep pulling your belly button in tight. 1 more. 2, 3, 4. And out. 2, 3, 4. Now take the shoulders back. Hands behind your head. Now we notice the knees haven't moved. They stayed in that tabletop position. We're going to try now to stretch your legs out. Lift your shoulders, stretch the legs long, hold there, scoop the belly button in again. Inhale, shoulders back, bend the knees. Exhale, shoulders high, lift the legs, stretch the legs long, and then inhale, shoulders back, bend the knees. Aim for 2 more. Shoulders up, legs long, hold, really squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale back. Last one, shoulders high, legs long again. Squeeze your ankles, your knees, your inner thighs together. And then inhale back down. Now circle your knees around. Massaging out your back. And then hold. Pull your knees into your chest. We're going to keep the right knee and stretch your left leg. Try to touch your knee with your nose. Shoulders away from the ears. Belly button pulled in again. Switch legs. So it's a strong out breath. With each pull the knee. So when you breathe out, your abdominals tighten. So we want to keep those abdominals tight as you pull that knee. Stay there. 6, 5, 4, 3. Now you might find that your neck is starting to hurt a little bit. Try to pull the chin in a little closer to your chest. And then give that head a little bit of a rest. Turn your head side to side just to stretch out the neck. Now again, take your hands behind your head like a little pillow. Lift your shoulders up. Your knees are close into your body, but we're going to turn towards one knee. Stretch the other leg out. So try to touch your elbow to the opposite knee. Now change it. Elbow to knee, other leg stretches, reaches to that toe points to the top of the wall in front of you. So twist, hold, twist, hold. So you can connect elbow to knee, opposite sides. Keep your hips really still. Try not to rock side to side. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Now shoulders down, knees in. Just take a moment to breathe. Now we lift your toes up. Get your legs as straight as you can. Move your feet around to circle your feet both ways. Point the toes. Peel the head and shoulders up. And now we're going to hold the right leg, left leg drops down. Pull, pull. Start so you can bounce the legs. Pull, pull. You can have your head down on the mat. You can hold the back of the knee. The legs don't have to be perfectly straight. So this is your modification. Just changing sides for 6 and 5 or more advanced. That's 4 and 3, 2. I want you to hold this last one. Now climb up that leg like you're climbing up a rope all the way to the ankle and slide back down. Switch legs. Climb hand over hand over hand, right up towards that ankle. Slide back down. Switch. Walk hand over hand over hand. Hold. Slide it back down. Last one. Walking hand over hand. Climbing up that leg like you're climbing a rope and pulling everything down. Take a breath in. Good. Now we're going to roll up to sitting. Stretch your legs out in front of you and fold forward over your legs. Now I'm going to wrap around your ankles, your calves, your knees, wherever you can reach. Just pull that chest down towards your legs. Now breathe in as you straighten your back up. Hold a nice long straight back. Imagine a string out the top of your head. Float your hands up. And then we're going to breathe out. Tilt the hips. Press your lower back down to the mat first, your middle back second, shoulders and head come down last. Take a big breath in, and then see if you can roll yourself back without lifting your legs. If you get stuck, feel free to use a hand. Stretch forward, breathe in, again, straighten up your back, shoulders down, breathe out, round spine. Lower back comes down first, middle back second, shoulders and head, then the arms reach behind. Breathe out, lift the hands, head, just reverse that movement, peeling up off the mat, reaching forward, and straighten up the back. We're going to come halfway back once again, hold, and then just turn, open the arms out. Inhale back to the center, exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, center. Now imagine your legs are sinking down into cement, so there's no movement through your legs. If you find that your feet are slipping, side to side, try to squeeze them together a little bit more. Really activate the muscles of your legs. So your focus here is your tummy, your abdominals, but the legs should be working, your shoulders and arms should be working as well. So we integrate all of our muscles together, even though we focus on one group of muscles. We're going to slowly roll ourselves back again. Take a big breath in. And with our next exhale, one last time, hands, head, spine, roll up, fold over, legs, grab your feet, grab your ankles wherever you can reach. Pull down towards those legs. And then as you straighten up the back, I want you to pull your knees in. So we're going to balance here. Lift your feet up, roll your shoulders back, lift your chin up. So imagine hooks in your chest, lifting your chest up. So don't be rounded like this. Nice, proud chest, chin up, chest up. Take your hands away. Now see if you can open the legs away from the chest and then pull them back together. Open out. So we find that balance point just behind those bones, like our sit bones, down and up. Now, if that's too hard, just take the hands behind the legs and just straighten the arms, bend the elbows, extend and bend. Stay there for 3. Otherwise, if you're advanced, hold. Just having the hands hovering in space. Last 2 and back. Now, with this last one, we're going to wrap again behind the knees. Open your elbows out, sit a little taller, and then try to stretch your legs as straight as you can. Breathe in, bend the knees. Breathe out, stretch the legs. Inhale, bend. One last time, extend those legs. Anyone can take one hand away. Then you take the other hand away, and then let everything come down to the floor. Big breath in. Good. Okay, hands down to your sides. Pull your knees up to our tabletop position again. Just kind of lay your hands across your belly and just push the sides of your waist together a little bit. Again, just feeling that zipped feeling, like everything's, like you're wearing a really tight coat and you're just trying to hold your belly button in so that you don't burst out of that coat. Drop your right toe down. Exhale, lift it back up. Left toe comes down. Exhale, lift. So we're just alternating those legs. Touch the toe down to the mat. So imagine you're touching water. So there's no weight into that foot. We're dropping the foot down and then lifting it straight back up before we rest it. Now slide your fingers under the lower part of your back. You should have a little gap there. So it's like a little house for a mouse. No bigger than that. Maybe you put like a little cherry tomato, the really kind of ripest, sweetest ones right there under your lower back. You don't want to squish it. So we're not pressing that lower back down into the mat. We're maintaining what's called neutral spine with that kind of natural curve as we move these legs. Aim for 4 and 3. So don't worry too much about your breathing. As long as you are breathing, that's the most important thing. Never holding the breath. Good. Let's hold the next one. Hands now. We're going to add some arms. So this is what I call dead bug. So it's like you're a bug stuck dead on its back. Fingertips up to the ceiling, knees up, but now leg. So again, think about that small, ripe little cherry tomato under your lower back, or some people say tomato. You know, obviously I'm from that country, so I say tomato. Reach and back, but keep the lowest back rib down. So keep the ribs down. So try not to overarch. Also don't sink that lower back into the mat as you move the arms and legs. Last one, out and back. Now hold there. Now I want you to take your right arm and your left knee out to the side. So imagine your spine like the spine of a book, the back of a book. Now one arm and one leg are opening out to the side, like opening out one arm and one leg out to the side, like opening a book. Aim for 4, arm and leg out to the side, and back. I'm going to turn so you can see a little bit better. Now I'm going to reach both arms, both legs, stretch, and alternate the legs, but both arms move. 3. So breathing out as you reach, breathe in as you come back. Last one, exhale and inhale. Pull your knees, lift, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. One more time. Imagine your body's like a Rubik's Cube. You're just twisting in the middle. There's no head, just drop. So coming to all 4. Now our tabletop is like our back. Our back is like our tabletop. So we're going to try to keep that back from sinking, from rounding, from swaying side to side. We keep it really nice and even. Shoulders and hips are level. We're going to extend your right leg back and then start lifting and lowering. Moving that leg. So that leg is like a pump, up and down. There's no movement again through your spine. So you can imagine, I always say, so we're still pulling our belly button in. Imagine you have a really tall candle here, and that candle is lit, and you're just drawing your belly button up away from that heat here, and that candle is lit, and you're just drawing your belly button up away from that heat, lifting as you move that leg. Last 2, and hold the next one up. Now, sole of the foot points up to the ceiling, little pulses up, lift, like you're stamping footprints on the ceiling. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now point the toe, turn your knee out, turn your toe in. So it's like you're trying to balance something on the outside, then you take it forward and back, forward and back. So imagine you've got a raw egg just in the crook of that knee. You're just trying to hold it there as you go forward and back. Keep moving. I'm just going to turn so you can see. We're trying to keep that knee close to the height of your hip. Last 2, and back. And 1, and back. Now drop that egg, take the toe to the right corner of the mat, lift it up and over, touch the left corner, top right corner, and left. Still with your back like a tabletop, so we're not moving the spine at all. You can have a cup of tea sitting in the middle of the back throughout this whole group of exercises. Stay there for 4 and 3. And that tall candle, scooping your belly button up away from that candle. Extend your left leg, shoulders down, lift and lower, up and down. So again, that leg is like a pump. We've changed sides, and now we're working into our left leg. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, hold the next one. Bend the knees, sole the foot up to the ceiling, pulse up. 8, 7, stamp those footprints on the ceiling. Have a little look, make sure your left hip and knee are in one line. So our knee isn't popping out to the edge of your mat at all, towards the side wall. That's 2. And when I point that toe, turn the knee out. Again, I'm going to turn so you can see what my knee is doing. We swing forward and back. Forward and back. Just trying to keep that knee as open as you can. Keep it as high as you can. Try to keep the right hip over the right knee. Try not to lean too much into that right elbow. Stay there for 2 and back. And 1 and back. Now extend that leg out. Just if you have started to lean a bit to the right, just correct it. Keep the right hip over the right knee and tap the foot to the right corner of the mat. Left toe pointed, tapping one corner of the mat and then the other. Stay there 6 and 5. Last 4. Back still and straight. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pull the knee in. Sit back down onto your heels, open your knees out really wide and sink. Wrap your hands back, roll through the spine, wrap your fingertips together behind the back, lift your chest, lift your arms, and then lace the fingers to the front, round the shoulders, look down towards your belly button, and then straighten up your back, your arms over your head. Good. Okay, we're gonna flip onto our back again. And now, lay here on our tiptoes. So lift your heels up high. I'm going to actually have my hands pointing up to the ceiling, and I'm going to press my lower back into the mat. So remember when we had that little cherry tomato there, tomato, we're going to squish it. Press that lower back down. So there's no, like if you're imprinting your spine into your mat, you're scooping your belly button in. That's why I'm just touching my belly button. It's almost like I'm pushing a finger through that belly button so the lower back goes into the floor. Hold there. Breathe in to imagine your rib cage like an umbrella. Open your umbrella out as you inhale. As you close your umbrella, press your lower back a little deeper into the mat. So if you've got that tomato there, just squish it a little further. One more inhale to hold. Exhale. Now we're going to peel your spine up off the mat. So imagine your spine like heavy velvet, just little by little, peeling all the way up until you're right up to those shoulders. Now slide the shoulders away from your ears, so you have a nice long neck, and drop your hips down. Inhale and up. Breathe in and out. Stay there for 4 and lift. 3, squeeze the bum when you lift. 4 and lift. Just balancing on that left toe. Last 2, lift. If this feels too hard, just put that foot back down. Do another set of what we were doing before. We're going to drop the right foot down now. If you can, lift your left foot. Go down and up. Breathe in, breathe out. Your modification, just keep doing this. That's 2 and lift. 1, up and hold. Now take the toe down to the mat. Breathe in, reach the arms all the way behind you. And as you breathe out, we're going to lift your hips a little higher. Drop your rib cage down first. Roll through your middle back second. Just slowly laying that spine one vertebra at a time down onto the mat. Hip bones come down and the tailbone down last. And back into our neutral spine. Heels down, and the hands come back to your sides. Take a big breath in. And we're going to breathe out. Let's put the hands on the lower abdominals, your belly button. Squish that tomato under your lower back. Imprint your spine. Hollow the abdominals. Imagine you've got a pool of water just resting in your belly button. So you can make it a little deeper. Just pulling everything in. Breathe in. Again, expand into the sides of your in. Breathe in. Again, expand into the sides of your ribs to inhale. And then breathe out. We're going to articulate, peel that spine up like you're peeling heavy Velcro up off the mat. So we're going to hold there. Now lift your right toe and stretch it as long and straight as you can. Press into these hands to try to keep your hips tight and circle that leg. Circling like you're drawing circles on the ceiling. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circles. 4, 3. Try to keep everything else still. The only thing moving is that right leg. Now drop the right foot, lift your hips a little bit higher, and then send your left leg up. Stretch, imagine a string, pulling that toe up to the ceiling, and then circle. Leg like a paintbrush, circling, drawing circles on the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the foot down. One more time. Breathe in. Reach the arms all the way behind you. Stretch the fingertips. And then breathe out. Drop your rib cage down first. Middle back second. One vertebra at a time through your lower back. There's 5 bones in your lower back. Try to find each of them. Then hip bones and tailbone down that. We're going to do that one more time. Breathe in. Hands by your sides. Breathe out. Lower back presses down. Peel your spine slowly up off the mat. Articulate. That means move every bone individually. Inhale with the arms all the way behind you. And then exhale. Imagine your spine like a bicycle chain. One link at a time, dropping down into the mat. Find those 5 bones that make up your lower back, that arch of your lower back. Make each of them move by themselves. Take the hands back to your sides. Pull your knees into your chest. Pull your chin into your chest and roll yourself up until your feet come down to the mat. Now, we're going to do something called rolling like a ball. It's very simple. We make our spine look like the curve of a ball. We're going to roll back to our shoulders and up, back into our balance. So try to keep your feet from hitting the floor. Try to keep that balance. Roll back to the shoulders and up to your balance. Let's try it again. Back. My legs look like this. Caught on my leggings. And just kind of holding up to your balance. It's quite tricky to find that balance, but if you can, roll back to the shoulders, up to the balance. Otherwise, just keep everything tucked in, knees bent, roll back and forward. Now, we're going to make this a little bit harder. I want you to roll back and try to lift your toes up to the ceiling. Hold, and then roll back to your balance. So imagine a string, pulling those toes right up to the ceiling. Hold it there, and then roll back and try to control so you balance, not letting your feet hit the mat. Let's try it one more time. This time we're going to use our hands. Back down into your balance. Soles of your feet together. Side. Your hips folding over your legs. Let the head drop down. Grab your toes. Good. And then straighten your back up. Straight out of the top of the head. And we're going to cross your feet. Now I'm going to reach your arms out to the side, shoulders down, zip. Again, think about that tight zip through your middle, pulling everything in, and we start to circle the arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more set, circling back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. 8, 7, spring as tall as you can, wrapping those muscles around your middle. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift up and down. Imagine you're pushing the air up, pushing it down. Turn the flip palms up, pushing down. Flip, push up, push down. Aim for 4. Perfect 90-degree range of motion. So arms up to the ears and out to the shoulders. Last 2 and down and 1 and down. Now take your hands to the front. And imagine you're treading water. Keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. Just circle those arms. Stay there for 6 and 5. Just making circles with your hands. 3, no movement through the spine. 2 and 1. Reverse your circle. 6 and 5. 4. So we're trying to get the shoulders to start to burn a little bit. Get a little bit of just heat as we work into those muscles. Last 1. Just reach the arms out. We're going to tap the hands down. Lift up and down. Lift and lower. Keep going. So I want you just to show you side up. I have no movement through my spine as I lift and lower. So it's not like you're bouncing like this. We control up, pushing down that heavy spring, pulling up a heavy weight, pushing down a heavy spring. Aim for 4 and 3. Last 2. And hold this last one up just so you can see what my arms are doing. We're going to pull the elbows down into a W, back up to a letter I. Down to a W, up to the letter I. Try to pull the elbows slightly behind your ribs, almost tucking them behind your back. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Now take your hand across your leg. The other arm reaches behind you. Turn your shoulders. Breathe in. Imagine you're growing an inch taller. And then breathe out. Twist your spine. And you're twisting like bringing out a dishcloth. Breathe in. Back to the center. Left hand across the right knee. You're just changing sides. Breathe in. Grow yourself an inch taller. Breathe out. Twist a little further. And then come back to the front. So you should feel like you have a nice, long, strong back now. Now we're going to come up to standing, but I'm going to try to roll you up to standing. So I want you to cross your feet in front of you. You're going to roll back to your shoulders and then place your feet on the mat. Power yourself all the way up to standing. So we try to stand without using your hands. It's a really good skill to have. It means you're going to live a really long time if you do that. Now feel free to grab a quick sip of water before we do a few things standing up. There's a little message coming up. Your connection is unstable. Hopefully you can still hear and see me. Okay, step your feet out wide, turn your toes out and bend your knees. Hands on your hips. Try to get your hips as low as you can. Roll your shoulders back. So I'm going to turn for you and you can see my ears, shoulders, ribs, and hips are all in line. I'm not doing that. I'm like this, pulling my knees back. Nice wide knees. Breathe in, straighten your legs. Breathe out, bend your knees. Lift and lower. Good. So you're imagining your back's just sliding up and down the wall. Let's lift your arms out in front of you. Bend the knees and extend. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. Hold it down, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now lift one heel high. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, bend. So just one heel stays high, up and down. For 3, 2. Last one, we hold down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch the heels. Drop that heel, lift the other heel, stretch the legs, bend the knees. Think high to low. So imagine that string out of the top of your head, lifting you up, dropping you back down. Lift and lower. Last 2. Keep the core, keep your tummy tight. Hold the next one down. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to try to balance. Lift both heels high. Pulse there. 8, 7. Try to stay balanced on those tiptoes. Both heels up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now stretch the legs. Drop your heels. Take a breath. You should feel that burning through the tops of your legs. Tummy stays tight. We're going to do one more set. Bend the knees. I want you to lift right heel, left heel. Just alternate right to left. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now straighten your legs. Take your left hand. That's the one that makes an L. Reach it over to your right foot. Bend the right knee. Lift the right arm up to the ceiling. Breathe in, straighten up. Breathe out, right hand to the left knee. Bend your left knee, right hand to the left foot, I should say. Left arm up to the ceiling. Breathe in, straighten up. Breathe out, opposite hand to foot. Bending that knee, looking up to the ceiling, turning your shoulders. Inhale, you should feel a stretch on the inside of your straight leg. To lift. All right, take your hands down, just roll your shoulders back a couple times, roll them forward, and walk your feet back to standing. Now I'm going to turn. I'm going to step forward with your right foot, inch your left leg a little bit further back, and we're just going to bend both knees and extend. Bend and extend. Stay there for 4. So ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, all in a line. You can string out the top of the head again. And now with your next one, we're going to lift your back leg. Drop your chest. I'm going to actually move myself to the middle of the mat. Lift the back leg. So balancing on one foot, looking down. Find a little focal point, a little dot or something on the floor. Breathe in, drop that back foot. Breathe out so you can balance. Hands along your sides, shoulder blades together. Hold that balance. Inhale back. Really hard to balance. Exhale, lift. Tummy pulled in tight. Hold. Finding something to look at on the floor. Inhale back. 2 more times. Lift your back leg, drop your chest so you can hold there nice and still. Your body's like the letter T. Inhale back. Last one, chest down, back leg lifts, hold, hold, hold. Then once a try, you can hold the floor and then lift that back leg up and then try to reverse it. Good, all the way to standing. Shake out both legs, especially that right leg. And now we're gonna step the right foot back, walk forward with your left and bend and extend. Down and up. So basically we've just switched sides. Your left leg is forward, shoulders back, tummy still tight. That's 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna come up into your balance, drop the chest, lift the back leg, hands reaching along your sides. Breathe in, come back into your lunge, back foot down. Breathe out, up into your balance, chest low, back foot high. Inhale down, exhale up. Last 2, and lift. Hold your balance. I'm gonna work on it too. Last one, up and hold it there for 4, 3, 2, and now if you wanna try, see if you can reach the floor, lift that leg up, and then take it all the way back down. Good, now bounce on your right foot, left foot into your hand, knees together, press your hips forward, lift your right arm up. Change legs. So you can bounce on your left foot. Left arm up, right foot into your hand. Roll your shoulders over, just fold over those legs. Hang here for a moment. And then bend your knees. Get your hands down to the mat and so you can just sit back onto your hips and then flip onto your side. We're gonna stretch everything out. So rest your head on your arm, pull your shoulder back, draw your tummy in, and then lift both legs up, both legs down. So imagine your legs are zipped together. This is a zip that goes from the ankles through your knees right up to your inner thighs. Both legs up and down. Lift and lower. Hold the next one up, and now scissor your legs. 8, 7, both legs stay straight. Try to keep your hips still. No movement through the hips. No movement through your back or your shoulders. Last 2 and 1. Legs come back together. Circle your top leg. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now tap the foot, tap the floor. For 6, 5. So you can lift this hand up and still stay still on that side, not too wobbly. 2 and 1. Now lift the top leg up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take everything down. Just drop your knee forward. The hand that was on the head holds that knee. And this top arm opens out. Again, like you're opening out a book. Look over the shoulder. Sweep the arm over your head in front of you. And then sweep it all the way behind. Try to drag that hand along the floor. One more time each way. Like a big semicircle. Like a big rainbow over your head. And back. Good. And this time we go all the way down past the legs. And then the other way. All right. Knees together. Flip yourself over to the other side. Stretch your body out into a nice long line. So your ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, knees, ankles, all drawing one long line through your mat. Belly button pulled in, ribs pointing towards your hips. We're not kind of flaring those ribs out. Imagine you're just kind of buttoning a cardigan right there through the middle. Lift both legs up, both legs down. Lift and lower. Stay there for 6 and 5. So no daylight between those legs. Everything's squeezing together. Ankles, knees, and hips. Last 2. Hold the next one up. Lift the leg slightly higher and then scissor both legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs back together now. Small circles at the top, like 6, 5. Let's even float the hand up. 4, 3. So those muscles are holding you like a vice. A little tightness through your front, through your lower back. Reverse your circle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap the foot, tap the floor. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now the last one, lift that top leg for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now our lovely stretch. As you drop your knee forward, take the hand that was under your head, hold the knee, reach the other arm out behind you, and then circle that arm over your head, drawing that little rainbow with that fingertip. Circle it back, circle up over your head, and then all the way back. And this time we take it down past your legs, up and around, and then reverse it. Down again, past those legs, all the way back. Now, flip over onto your front and stack your hands one on top of the other. So just make a little like sandwich with those hands. Glue your forehead to the back of your hands. Lift your belly button up away from your mat. And then keeping your feet down, lift your head and your hands up. It's like your hands are stuck to that forehead. You're pushing the hands up and lifting your chest at the same time. So the hands go up, the head goes up, the chest goes up, and then down. You're looking down at your mat. Aim for 4. Just lift and lower. 3. Hands stuck to that forehead. 2. And 1. Now we're going to try to lift our legs and lift the chest. So again, forehead, so they're not together. Just a little bit towards the edges of your mat. Aim for 4. 3. The middle of your mat. Big X. Lift the hands, lift the feet, and flutter here. Flying, swimming, staying like Aquaman. 8, 7, 6, 5, 6, 5, 4. Lift the arms, lift the legs, and flutter. Aquaman. 8, 7. I said there'd be no Spider-Mans, but maybe there's an Aquaman. That's 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, take your hands under your shoulders. Sit back onto your heels. Stretching out your arms, stretch out your back. Good. And come up to all fours. And I want you to take your left hand, thread it through the body. Keep reaching all the way through. Right arm up to the ceiling. So your arms are like a 90-degree angle, one to the ceiling, one along the floor. And then we reverse it. Take the top hand down. This hand has come back through the body. And that one goes up to the ceiling. We change sides. So now your right arm comes through, sliding it across the floor. Imagine somebody's pulling that arm through your body. Left arm goes up to the ceiling, so your arms are the 90-degree angle. Inhale. Your top hand comes down. Inhale. I want you to tuck your left foot under your body. Try to have your knee at one edge of the mat, your toes at the other, and slide your right leg along. Look up. Drop to your elbows. And then look down, just resting on your head. Maybe turning onto one cheek. Really sink down into the floor. Holding there. Good. And lift your chest once again. Just coming out of that movement. Walk your hands back. Uncross your left foot. And tuck your right foot under your body. Try to turn your knee out to the side. So your knee's at the right edge of the mat, just outside of your right arm. Slide your left leg back. Look up to the ceiling, hold, and you come down to your elbows, down to your chest, turn onto one cheek, and really just sink down into the floor. Just a little bit of movement side to side. And straighten up your back, walk your hands back. Stretch your legs out wide and just really jiggle the legs. Point your toes up to the ceiling. Take your hands behind your head, try to lengthen, turn, and then reach the opposite arm to your up, forward, and around, all the way around. Last 2, and 1, and then reverse it. 4, just big movements. 3, pull those toes in. 2, and 1, straighten up. Now take this hand, slide it along the inside of that leg, turn the torso, reach the arm over your head. Breathe in. Slide the hand along the inside of the other leg. Turn the torso, turn the ribs, reach the arm up overhead, and back. Sweep your feet together. Reach for your toes and tuck your hands over your toes. Let your head hang. And then just pull one heel forward, one heel back. So let's see if you can see better from the side. So if I'm touching, I've got one foot forward, one foot back, and then I switch. Other foot forward, other foot back. So just kind of shifting your hips, sliding your legs like train tracks. One forward, then the other forward. Last 2, And 1, we just square everything and we can jiggle the legs. And then just sweep your feet behind you. Drop your chin, come into your cat stretch. So imagine a string in the middle of your back, just lifting it up, up, up to the ceiling. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, lift your hips up to the ceiling, press into your heels. Now pedal through the feet, right heel down, left heel down, right heel, left heel, then both heels down. Walk your hands back, back, back to your feet. And then big finish, we nod the head yes, shake the head no. Bend your knees and roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Head comes up, last heels, draw your heels together, your toes are a little turned out, arms up. And then balance, holding your balance for 4, 3, 2, just slowly open your arms out and then lower your heels down, hands behind the back. And you're all set. Good, let's just shake everything out. Give yourselves a little round of applause, and we'll be back again tomorrow. More advanced session, probably in the morning. We might do another beginner or more kid-appropriate session in the afternoon. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you can pay what you can, there's some PayPal details. But yeah, but that's just to subscribe. See you soon. Bye.
I was trying to say 9 as in 9 a.m.
Oh.